Hello everyone, this is Stefan from Lush and Salty Aquariums. How are you? I'm actually doing great today. Was able to work out in the bathroom, listening to Megadeth with some free weights. Feeling good, hot shower after. That's sheltering in place, old school rock and roll. And now I'm back at my fish tanks. What else is new? Anyway, the last video I did was on this tank and it desperately needed attention. Well, it didn't desperately need anything. I desperately wanted to attend to it, shall we say. It was either a haircut or a total redo. I opted for the haircut and you're looking at the result. It's freshly cut, so there's going to be some gnarly parts, like when you see stuff like that. Those are some crypts that are going to come out and look like that. I trimmed back the Monte Carlo all the way back to this corner because I know the shrimp like it, among other creatures. Plus I do too. But I want to let these crypts grow out too and try a foreground of crypts and maybe keep it low to the tank. I don't know. Just something new for me, for the soil, for the fish. And I cut about 10 leaves off this one sword in the back, this Petco sword plant that pretty much had flowered into the whole tank and was shading everything. I mean, it was happy as can be, but I cut about 8, 10 leaves and I just went down to their base and snipped them and pulled them out. I did a similar thing but less extreme with some of the other plants, like this Anubias, this long leaf variety. Just a few leaves, and I cleaned out a bunch of gnarly moss that was kind of growing in the back there. I mean, I'm sure the creatures loved it, but it kind of clogged up the system, the real estate, the water movement. So it's give and take on these things. But I did clear out a lot of what was happening in the middle ground of this small tank, which freed up real estate. And now you can see this variety school of endlers. You even get to see the clowns a bit more, the clown killifish, although they're still top dwellers. They're all getting along, so I guess that's great. Clowns are so freaking beautiful, also called the rocket killifish because the males have what looks like a jet stream coming out of their backs, the tail fin. Inside this tank I also have a dwarf or gold gourami. It's never going to get very big. It's a juvenile now. There it is, I think. Yeah. There he or she is. And then I have more of these pygmy hasbrosa catfish than I ever thought. I think I would add a couple every time I go to the store, and there's got to be a dozen in here now. They're awesome. They're my favorite bottom dweller by far. I think I have them in all my tanks. I added one pothos about 2 weeks ago, and it's already showing some roots. You can see the big white ones, and some of the more obvious ones. Although that's from the frog bit, there is a root already growing, so that's kind of cool. It sort of rounds out the design of the overall look, so you get this L shape or hockey stick. Most designers in any medium like that hockey stick or the L, kind of drawing your eye down and in and around like that, and so do I. The only creature in here that, of course, we cannot see, but I know they're in there and happy because I saw them when I was doing work, is there's 2, maybe 3 Indian pea puffers, probably only 2, and I know that's a bozo no-no when it comes to community tanks, but they were fat and happy. These fish aren't being bothered by them whatsoever, and there's not a lot I could do about it because catching them in a small tank with so much plants is not going to happen. Maybe them because they're slow, but I don't want to do it anyway. They're going to be fine. My magic equation: great lights, constant water changes once a week, and tons of plants. That's the most important one. Obviously, you need the lights to do that. Not all, these are cheap lights, so it's not like you have to go all high tech. You know, $39 on Amazon will get you a better than average light for any tank, 20 gallons or under, and you just clip it right on the back there. It's easy peasy. These hang on back filters are dirt cheap. I hardly ever maintenance this one because the water's always so clean. The filter doesn't get much sediment in the floss, so I can tell there's not a lot to be cleaned. And the ground, other than the disarray from my grooming, is there's no gnarly stuff on it. So that's what I did to this tank. I hope you like it, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. And as always, keep your hands in the tank, stay safe. Ciao for now.